So we actually were lucky enough to get access to the interior of the store. This is actually really good. I think that, this kind of brings into focus what we were talking about earlier, where I was saying you really need to make a decision on if you're even going to engage an active shooter. So we've talked about the 5 things that make this such a prime location. What do you do as a security guard in that situation? Now, for one, right now you're seeing rows and rows and rows of, in its heyday, what would have been just filled with products and, games, toys, whatever. I think we're over here in some of the bath aisle or whatever. So imagine the situation of shots going off inside this store. Depending on where you are, now you're in a situation where if you are to engage that threat, it's not just you and the threat. I think that we have this oversimplified view of what an actual gunfight would look like. Now, I just requalified for my firearm certification last month, and I did a really good job, but I am not a marksman by any mean of the word. So thinking about shooting under stress, thinking about shooting in a situation where people are frantically moving around you, having all of these angles, these are things that I think people need to take a more realistic look at. Austin, what are your thoughts about what you're seeing in here?
I see a lot of places to hide.
Yeah?
I see a lot of places where you come around a corner and expect someone to be there and they're not.
Yeah, when you play like Call of Duty, I think that most people have this idea that they're going to be able to, accomplish CQB, just off the bat. But I mean, what I see right now with this store is a great training opportunity. How awesome would it be if there was an organization or a situation where security guards could come in here with airsoft or with simunition rounds or laser rounds and be able to practice that. Now, most likely in a situation of a mass shooting, depending on where you are, what is the response time? Now, where we're located right now in this side of Portland, I think that we're in Gresham. Am I not mistaken? Are we in Gresham?
Yep.
The response from the Gresham police would probably be pretty quick. Now, if you're in some areas of Portland, it's going to be a much slower response. There was a person that made a comment on one of my posts the other day, and they were talking about security guards engaging active shooters. And I don't know where this gentleman's located, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but he specifically said there's no situation where a security guard is going to have to engage an active shooter. You're going to call the cops, you're going to be in an observe and report situation, and you're going to wait for those cops to arrive. And guys, I'm telling you, here in Portland, that is specifically not true. And that is not the case. You are more likely to be that first responder on the scene dealing with that situation if you choose to engage well before the police are able to show up. Now, this is a moral and a legal and a policy conversation that you have to have with yourself, with your supervisor, and with your family. I am not here to tell you to engage an active shooter or tell you not to engage an active shooter. What I am doing is trying to open that conversation, showing you guys. We're going to walk around this building, showing you guys the sheer extent of the size of the location that we're in right now. If I had to take down an active shooter right now with less than 10 people in this building, I don't know if I would be able to accomplish that safely. Now, if you take that and you multiply it by the number of people in an active store, everything changed. Guys, 3 weeks ago, seeing the video of that shooting at the store that I work at, I am telling you, the amount of people crossing in front of and through that shooting area, that active area, it gave me goosebumps and chills, guys, because I'm thinking about the potential of what I would be trying to do versus what might be the outcome of having so many people, innocent people, in that area.